Morning yogis, welcome to Yoga with Laura. This is a beginner's yoga flow. So if you have never done yoga before or you've only done yoga a few times, this is for you. I'm going to move through a really slow, steady practice. So there's a saying in yoga called Stiram Sukham Asana, steadiness and ease, no rush. I'm going to just move through a small warm-up, connect with the breath, come through some classic yoga poses which you have probably seen that you associate yoga with, and then we'll just bring it back down. And that should be a really nice insight for you to just move your body, connect with your breath, shift the mind. A lot of the time we're kind of stuck in our head and our thoughts and worrying and catastrophizing and overthinking and getting all stressed up about stuff. So let's let the shoulders come down. Let's have a really slow practice, and hope you enjoy it. So if you can, I encourage you to take your mat outside somewhere. Even if you don't have a garden, I don't have a garden, I bought my mat to the park. I just feel like Mother Nature has a powerful healing tonic when you've just got outside and just left the chaos of your house or your bedroom or whatever it is. You feel so much better, just feeling a bit of space around you. So if not, no worries. It's autumn here in the UK, but the sun is shining today, so I have come outside with my mat. Anyway, let's start. So take a seated pose. So I've got crossed legs, but you're welcome to be in a hero's pose if that feels good for you. So I'm going to come into Sukhasana. If you have two blocks, you can use a block. Sometimes I like to sit on a block. It loosens the hips and tilts them forward a little bit. So welcome to use a block, but you don't have to, so don't worry about that. Palms facing down for grounding. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and suck the belly to the spine. And then if it feels safe to do so, just close down the eyes and just start to turn the eye gaze inward. Let's take a deep full breath here. Inhale, exhale, move the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, let something go, let the week go, exhale. So with the breath, we try to focus on the breath. It helps to center the mind, focusing on the breath. So we step out of the mind, be the witness of your thoughts, let your thoughts go by. Notice where your mind drifts off to. That's totally normal. The mind does what it does, it thinks. So let it think and come back to your breath. So step out of the mind. Connecting here with the breath. So we use the Ujjayi breath in yoga, the restriction at the back of the throat. How to find this is to close the lips, take the tongue to the roof of the mouth or behind the teeth, and simply breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. It's called the Ujjayi breath. It's a deeply calming breath. It sounds raspy. So big, deep inhale. Trying to make the breath long and smooth. And then we're just going to start to move. So flutter the eyes open. Turn the palms up. And then draw the shoulders away from the ears. Rise up through the spine. And then we're just going to circle through the neck. Big circle one way. Circle the other way. Notice any clicking, crunching. Come back to center. We're going to take the arms and just circle into the wrist. So in yoga, like we're in the downward dogs. So we warm up the wrist. So just circle into the wrist. Bring them out in front of you. Flex the hands. Turn. Lift up. Really stretch into the wrist. Feel like you're drawing the shoulders around in front of you. Maybe take them out to the side. Good. And then take the palms down. Let's lose the block so we're rooted our sit bones down into the mat. Rise up tall. Take the palms above the head. We're going to lift up really slow with the breath. Exhale. Inhale. And as we come up, we're just going to reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Just come into your spine, loosen through the hips. Just come to your edge, don't go too far. Lift up. Drop the left arm back, right arm forwards. Reach into your spine, soften through the shoulders. Good. And where you can, just shut down the eyes. Just start to connect in rather than being disconnected out. And then lift up here. Good. We're going to drop the left hand to the right knee and just take the arm behind. So your arm behind is like a second spine. So you're just going to press into the fingertips, root through the sit bones, rise up, and then twisting into your spine. You can also take the block behind your back or some books and then just twist into the spine. So on the inhale we rise up, and on the exhale we twist. Good. And then to the other side, catch the knee, lift up the arm, windmill it round, find your block or the floor. Notice if you lean back and you're dumping the weight, see if you can really root through the sit bones, rise up tall in the spine, draw the left shoulder around so you're kind of squeezing the shoulder blades together, loosen through your hips, and then your arm is like a second spine, light on the fingers. On the inhale, find some length, take up all the space, and exhale, twist. Is there any more space when you twist? Good. And then come back to center. So we're going to come into some cat-cows, move the spine. So come to all fours. So set your arms underneath your shoulders, knees hip width apart, and then just engage your core without being in a cat or a cow. And then just find your center here, root the hands down, and then slowly dip the belly, pick up through the heart. Oh, a swan is just coming right up by my mat. Lift up, whoa, breathe, and then wrap the elbows in, chin to chest, push the mat away. So tuck the chin and really roll through the shoulders, trying to push the mat as if you're trying to push it away from you. Soften through the feet. And soften the eyes, the forehead, so we're really strong, but we're softening through the eyes, the forehead. Notice if you're gripping your jaw, soften through the jaw. When we're concentrating, we're kind of tight gripped. And then inhale, pick up the belly, pick up the chest, the heart, dip through the belly. And then just move with your breath up and down. So take the breath with you, take a pause, take a break. Good. One more. So you're kind of really exaggerating the pose, and then just roll into the hips, waking up the spine, the hips. It's so nice being outside. You never know what to expect. Some swans just mooching by. A rower making a loud sound with his oar. From here, so this is our position for cat-cow. We're going to turn the toes. We're going to come into downward dog. So downward dogs are the classics. So we're going to hover tabletop. We're going to bend the knees, bend the belly over the thighs, and then send the sit bones high. And then just pedal out your dog, just as it is, just where you found yourself, and then just move from side to side. So we're just checking in with the ribs. Move from side to side. Good. Bring the big toes together, so step them somewhere close. Then bend the belly over the thighs, so the belly's kind of on the knees. Let the head be in line with the elbows, and then send the sit bones high. So you're kind of getting a straight spine to the crown of the head. So you're welcome to have a bend in the knees to get a straight spine to the crown of the head. You do not need your legs and your heels touching the mat. If they do, great. Big deep hamstring stretch, and through the calf a big stretch, the gastrocnemius. Otherwise, just bend the knees and then shake the head, yes, shake it, no, get that weight off the shoulders. And we're going to slowly walk the feet into the hands. So we're going to dangle in a ragdoll. So we're just going to move from side to side here, rolling through the spine. If you're ragdoll, if you've got back issues, come up a little bit higher and move up here. So always make your yoga work for your body. So just dangling here. Good. Maybe walk the hands to the side, come into the ribs. So always find your edge, not pain, but come to a level of feel like you're working into the muscles, the connective tissues. And then we're gonna uncurl. So we're gonna come all the way up, chin to chest. Unroll the spine, yogis, really nice. Take the arms above the head, drop the shoulders away, and exhale to Tadasana, mountain pose. So we've got this lovely mountain pose. We're gonna root into the feet, draw the shoulders back so you're tall and proud. Draw up through the thighs, squeeze the bum, palms facing forward. And then just arriving into Tadasana. Sometimes we check back in here, hand to heart, one hand to belly. We check back in with the breath. Deep full breath here, inhale, exhale. So the breath is really important. It kind of finds the flexibility and mobility because it's the letting go. When the shoulders come down, when we kind of yawn, we feel a lot better. We just like that, shoulders come down. Palms facing forward, we're going to lift them above the head and we're going to come into a sun cell. So we're going to find a little back bend, just let the heart and chest shine up to the sky, turn the eye gaze to the clouds, and then hinge from the hips. We're going to send the bum out, come down, forward fold, and we're going to come halfway lift. If you've got these blocks, maybe it's too far to touch the floor, so you can have your hands to your calves or to your thighs. So you're just looking for like a flat back. We're going to plant the hands, we're going to step the right leg back, we're going to step the left leg back. We're in this plank. So planks are pretty strong, but you'll get used to them. So if this is too much, drop the knees and just hold it here for a moment. Otherwise you're in your plank. Hold. Let's just rock over the toes, the wrists, just engage your core, and then drop the knees, untuck the toes, and we're going to take the elbows down. So chaturanga is bent elbows. We're going to take the eye gaze forward and scoop through into upward facing dog. Good. Hold here and then wrap the elbows in, melt the belly. Reset the hands, forehead on the mat. The arms come in like chicken wings. Draw the shoulder back and we're going to peel up through the chest. And we've got baby Bhujangasana. The backs of the feet are in the mat. You're drawing the shoulder blades together. You're using your hands for support here, but one day the lift comes from the chest. So you're less pushing into the hands. The weight is kind of, you're drawing the shoulders back. See what I mean? Forehead comes down. Press into the hands, lift up, upward facing dog. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. So my thighs are down on the mat. You are welcome to lift the thighs up in your upward facing dog, just to add a little bit more dynamic movement in there. From here, we're going to move back into a child's pose. So we're going to reset the hands. We're going to come up onto the knees, come back, find your balasana. Really stretch the arms forward and send the bum back. My knees are closed together. Welcome to have the knees as wide as the mat. Forehead comes down. You feel like you're wrapping a corset, armpits trying to shine at each other, forehead might come through. And come back to that deep Ujjayi breath, in through the nose and out through the nose, that audible breath that sounds like an ocean wave. So send the breath 360 down the back. So we start to move the breath from the front of the body down the back body. There's the rower scraping his oars. Can you hear it? The cheek. I'm doing yoga. From here, ripple roll up, yogis. Come down, chaturanga arms, and we're going to scoot back through. Good. We're going to turn the toes. Find your downward facing dog. You're doing really well. So we're going to just come into some warriors. I'm only going to do it on one side, and then you are welcome to repeat on the other, because it's just a short kind of introduction to beginners yoga guide. From here, bend your belly over the thighs, kick your sit bones high, straight spine to the crown of the head. We're going to lift one leg up. So we've got this three-legged dog. Make sure the weight is even in both hands. And notice if you kind of sunk over to the left or to the right. Wrap the arms in, wrap the ribs in like you're wearing a corset. We're going to dial the knee down so the hips are level. We're going to drop the foot through. But sometimes when you're a beginner, that feels a bit far. So even if you get your foot to the middle of the mat, or even if you pick it up and put it there, and we're going to drop this knee and we're going to reach forward. So lift up through the heart. We've got this like runner's lunge. Good. I'm going to turn onto the back toe and hop to the top of the mat. But that hop might be somewhere in the middle, so don't worry about it. Uncurl each vertebra of the spine, yogis. Come all the way up. Good. Big stretch above the head. Take the shoulders up to the ears and drop them, and then exhale, Tadasana. So that was one side. We're going to inhale, lift up. Let's come through it slightly. We'll move a little bit faster. So we're going to come all the way down, forward fold. Halfway lift, shoulders draw back. Plant the hands. This time step the left leg back. Step the right leg back. We're in our plank. We're going to drop the knees, untuck the toes, wrap the elbows in, bend the elbows, chaturanga arms, push through, find your upward facing, options to pick up the thigh, bum draws back. Send the breath down the spine for 2. Inhale, exhale, let it go. Inhale. Take the chin to the chest, roll through the spine. Chaturanga arms, slowly come up. Good. We're going to turn the toes, come back to downward facing dog. Bring the big toes together, shake the head yes, shake the head no. And slowly we're going to walk to the top of the mat. Find your forward fold. Good, yogis. And uncurl, come all the way up. Really slow, lift up. Take the breath with you and exhale. Palms to the side or back to heart, one hand to belly, check back in. Good. So that was one round of our serene namaskar. Let's just come through some warriors just on one side and then we're finished. So warrior 1, we're going to take the weight through the left leg. We're going to pick up the right. We're going to step it back. Good. So we have this warrior 1. The back foot can slightly come 45. Hips are facing forward. We take the arms. So I've got a pistol grip. I've got my thumbs crossed. I've got my pistol and I'm reaching up. Good. Drop the shoulders. Warrior 1. Nice, yogis. Well done. We're going to come to warrior 2. So we're going to spin the back foot and we're going to open through here. So you want to imagine a line on your mat. This one hasn't got one because it's my outside mat, but your heel is going to line up with the arch of the feet. So you want this lovely line. Your knee is going to be bent and your hips are going to be forward. Take the arms wide and take an eye gaze down the middle finger. Soften through your shoulders. You're heavy in your legs, so we're rooting down. We're strong. Viramadrasana has a sword, but where can you soften? Can you soften your eyes, your forehead, your jaw? Good, yogis. We're going to straighten the front leg. We're going to hinge forward and come into our triangle. So catch your block or your books. You can have your blocks on each setting and then dangling, lifting up here. Good. So you're dangling from the cloud, palms facing forward. And it's better to stay up higher than kind of folding forward. So reach up, open the heart. You can take your hand and draw a line from your sternum and then take your hand all the way up. Good. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Good. Bending into the knee, come back up. We're going to straighten the front leg and we're going to flip reverse. Lift up, so we've got stargazer. Take your eye gaze to the ceiling. Big deep breath here, yogis. So we start to find some freedom in the poses. Just shut down your eyes, even if it's a bit wobbly. Just test your balance. Be curious. Always step on your mat with like a childlike sense of play. And then exhale, warrior 2, fierce warrior. Look over that middle finger, hips facing forward. Good. We're going to turn the back toes slowly, drop the knee down. We're in crescent lunge. So we're just going to reset the knee. We're nearly there. Knee stacked to the ankle. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward, and then lift up here. Good. So we have this crescent lunge, and we're just going to twist and open. Reach the right arm back, eye gaze over that towards your left thumb. Good. Going to lift up and reach the other way. Woo! And embrace any wobbles. Yoga is always modification, fluctuation, movement, wobbles. So allow yourself just to be imperfect. Good. Exhale. So nice. We're just going to frame the foot. Draw this leg back. Take the legs wide. Come all the way down. Find your child's pose. Big deep breath there. Melt the belly, the chest. See what you can let go of. And slowly come back to where we started. Take Sukhasana. Well done, yogis. That was a small introduction of beginner's yoga flow. You are welcome to do your warriors on the other side. Come through another sun sow and face the other way. Twist into your warrior flow. So that gives you a good indication of your first yoga flow, the poses. Hope you enjoyed it. Get your mat outside where you can. Enjoy this sunshine before that winter really sets in. It's really mild today here in Dorset. And see you soon, yogis. Namaste. Well done.